Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Megan and I am the owner of a small business called Fauna, and I mostly make and sell scrunchies, but I do macrame, wristlets, and a whole bunch of fun handmade goodies, and I vlog the whole process. I pop it on YouTube for you all to see the behind the scenes and everything, and I'm very lucky to have the help of my other half, Alex, who is absolutely incredible, and he does make appearances throughout the vlogs, as some of you will know. And in this video he has very kindly helped me with something else, and I will get into that in a second. But you may or may not be able to tell, but I am very under the weather. So this isn't how my usual videos and my vlogs go, but I didn't want to let you all down. I didn't want to miss an upload, so the normal vlogs will resume next week. So those of you who are new, this is a little bit different to what I usually do, but I will do my best to edit this voiceover down, because for what feels like maybe a few minutes of me chatting to you is probably about a 40-minute attempt of me attempting to record this without spluttering and coughing all over myself and stuff, because I, like many other small business owners, have took on way too much and I have stretched myself so thin. I've been overdoing it for a very long time now, to the point where I am so run down, and I have ended up with COVID. Yep, it happened, which is absolutely fabulous. I've been curled up on the couch or in my bed and it's not been fun. This isn't something that I'm used to. I'm not used to stopping, so it's been interesting, but I really had to listen to my body. I've done my best to relax and to try and recover, and in between I have done the smallest amounts of work here and there, just whenever I've felt up for it and I've been up for moving about. But I wanted to show you something that Alex and I have managed to make over the last few days while I've not been well. And when I say Alex and I mostly mean Alex. I've done like the bare minimum. I really think you guys will like it and it might come in handy and useful for you guys. And like I said, I didn't want to let you down and not show you a video this week. We're going to be making a little card reader and business card stand situation for when I do my markets. If you're not new here, you'll know that I am constantly changing out my market setup and I'm always looking at different ways to improve and stuff. And just from learning over time, we realized it was a lot easier to have my card reader on the table. I do use something called a sum up card reader, and I use their POS system, which is on my iPad. I don't have their official POS setup, but I've got the app and stuff on my iPad. But my card reader is the Air, I believe. It's, as far as I'm aware, one of the lowest transaction rates out there. So if you want to get your own, I do have a link down below that you can check out. It's not an affiliate link, but it is a referral link. So if you want to use it, you guys can get money off your own sum up setup, and I would get a tiny bit of money as well from you using that link. So just to be completely transparent, but it's one of the best tools for taking payments when it comes to markets and stuff. I definitely recommend it. But Alex and I recently found that having my card reader on the table is just so much easier for taking payments in comparison to leaning over with the card reader and climb over my displays and stuff. So we've been doing that recently, but again, from testing that out, I want a little checkout stand situation just where I can have my business cards. I will throw some images up on the screen of kind of inspo, just the general idea of what I'm talking about, just somewhere to hold my business cards and the card reader, and it just look a little bit nicer. So we're going to be making one of those in today's video, but I'm very excited to take you guys along with me. It was a very simple make, all made pretty much from stuff I already had, scrap stuff, bits lying around the house, and just wanted to show you that it's actually quite easy to make these things yourself. If you have got bits and bobs lying around your house that you could use, sometimes it is worth just creating something. Why not give it a go? So I hope you enjoy it. So the first thing we're going to do is head to Canva, because I live on Canva, and I'm going to show you the most horrific quick doodle that I did, because this was a very rough idea of what I wanted my little card reader stand situation to look like. So it's very, very rough, very, very quick. It looks horrific, obviously, so we're not going to judge, but this is in a nutshell what I wanted. I wanted it all to be somewhat attached, but also not permanently attached, so I could flatten it and transport it a little bit better, if that makes any sense. But long story short, a wooden base, and then I wanted to add in this arch situation that I bought from Hobbycraft a long time ago. It's just an acrylic arch and it's attached to this little wooden block. Then I wanted some form of wedge or some form of situation that lifts up my card reader so it wasn't completely flat, as well as a few little wooden lips to stop my business cards and my card reader from sliding about everywhere. This is it in a nutshell. That's what I showed Alex. We need to make it out of scrap wood. I'm going to have a nosy at the bits and bobs we've got lying about. I want it to be a quick project that's not going to take forever. So I found this scrap of wood. It was already pre-painted because I just cut it off some arch displays we already had. So it was already painted, so it was like one less thing to do. It did need a quick clean and a refresh of paint, but nothing major. If it's already had layers of paint, that is one less stress for me. It's kind of the right size, so we went with that one. So Alex very quickly took some measurements. It made more sense to cut out a little lip in it so then this arch could just slot into it. We could have just drilled this into the baseboard, but I'd have to transport it as this sort of awkward L shape and there's more chance of it getting damaged. So the plan was to just have a little slot where I could slide that in and out, and that was basically it. He went outside, cut those little bits off for me and kept checking back in with me to see, is this exactly how you want it? Are the measurements right? Does the arch base slot in perfectly? And that was kind of it. I just want to show you this pretty little sunset here because it was very nice. It was freezing cold. I felt like absolute death, but I was like, oh, that's a cute sunset. I'm going to go put my coat on, take a quick clip and go back inside. Just a little moment of appreciation for the view at the back of my house. It's very pretty. So while Alex was finishing off the base of the stand and stuff, I cracked on with painting the arch because I decided I wanted the arch to be a lovely sage green colour, which is one of the colours from my brand. My brand colours are sage green, black and white, and the colour that I've used before on my displays is actually from the same tester pot. I dug it out and found it. We still have some left because I didn't want to be spending really any money on this project, and I have used this paint colour before with my display, so why not use it again? It's actually a B&Q own brand. If you aren't familiar with B&Q, it is a hardware store, I guess you could call it, home and hardware DIY store, and this is one of their own brands of paint, and I believe it's called Limerick, and it's just one of the little tester pots. It was a little bit gloopy, I'm not gonna lie. I did give it a bit of a shake, but it did the trick. It's meant for walls or ceilings and things like that, but it was perfectly fine. So I cracked on with painting it. I think I did a few coats in the end, maybe like 2 or 3 coats, and it was a little bit patchy, a little bit rough, but it's fine. It's a DIY project. When you see the end result, it looks banging, don't worry. But at first I thought I wanted to do kind of that unfinished paint look that's kind of like a trend with these acrylic signs, but I kind of then decided against it. And then Alex brought this stand up and I loved how it was looking. I was really happy with it. I thought he did a great job. He basically just screwed the 2 little lips, the little wooden lips, in through the bottom, and he countersunk the screw so it was nice and flat. My voice is going, guys. I'm I'm really sorry, but he went the extra mile and sanded the edges to make them nice and round and really cute, and I loved it. So I then went the extra mile and decided I wanted to be a little bit bougie and paint the edges a matching sage green as well. So this wasn't essential, but I really like how it looks in the end, and I did end up giving the whole thing a quick fresh coat of white paint as well because it definitely needed it, but I was so happy with how it was looking. So the night before, I curled up on the couch and I had taken a photo of the setup on my iPad. So the photo is very bad quality and it was very dark, so we're just gonna ignore that. But I wanted to have a little play around with how I wanted it to look. So obviously, as per, I opened Canva and I had a play around for a short while and eventually came up with this design. So I'm using the fonts that I tend to use when it comes to my social media, my signs, a bunch of different things. I've got my logo font in there. The thank you font was just a bit of fun. Added a few stars in there. So I have my Stay Wild slogan for my business on it. Obviously, I've got my brand name, and then I wanted to put cash and card payments accepted because it's where people pay. And it just lets your customers know that you do accept multiple forms of payment. And then I thought the thank you was quite cute. So I had both black and white colours on there because I thought it made it pop a little bit better, and it is my brand colours again. It sort of ties it all in together. So I basically just copied and pasted that into a new Canva document so I could centralize it, make it straight, make it perfect, and choose my spacing and stuff. So once I'd done that, I could then open it in Silhouette Studio, which is the software for the Silhouette machine that I use, and I haven't used it in a while, and because I'm on my new laptop, I actually had to re-download the Silhouette software, which was super easy to do. It's free as well. It's, yeah, no complaints ever from me with Silhouette, really. So all I did was save my design on Canva with a transparent background, opened it in Silhouette, and it just does everything for me, cuts the whole design for me, everything super easy. Because I was using two different colours, I needed to do the white background first and then do the black background. I got everything cut and ready to go, weeded everything out, and all that was left to do was assemble it, and the finishing product was then pretty much done. So I will let you guys watch and enjoy that. And guys, that is it. That is it. Complete. That is it. Finished. I am obsessed. I love it so much. You may be able to see in the bottom right corner in particular, there was a little bit of the white paint that I got on the green edging. So all that's left to do is give that edging a quick top up paint job, which I did. It took me about 10 seconds. It doesn't look great now, but once it's dried, it'll be perfectly fine. So it just needs that. And once that's dried, I'm just going to add some little felt feet to the bottom. I've got a huge array of different sizes, so I just need to go through and like pick some out. But that's it done, guys. I love it so much. You'll have to let me know what you think. Be honest. If you don't like it, let me know. If you think it needs improving, let me know. However, I love it, and I am so grateful for Alex because he's amazing. So if we could sound off in the comments and big Alex up, because he's just incredible for doing stuff like this for me all the time and also looking after me while I've been rotting away. So please leave Alex some love in the comments. But thank you so much for watching this, guys. I know it was very different to my usual content for those of you who aren't new, but I do do still hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for bearing with me while there was just a huge mismatch. Wow, what is that phrase? Mix match. What the bloody hell is that phrase? A huge mashup of clips in this, but either way, thank you so much for your support. If you could give it a massive thumbs up, leave me a comment down below and subscribe if you aren't. I am hoping to maybe reach quite a potentially not obtainable goal this year of hitting 5,000 subscribers on YouTube before the end of the year. I'm quite a way off, but you never know. I think we're on like 4.7 at the minute, so if you aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It is free. I don't usually sound like this, I promise, but thank you all for your support. You're all incredible. Apart from that, guys, I'm gonna go. Check out all the links in the description. A massive thanks to my family members. I love you all. But I will catch you guys next week when the normal vlogs are back. And yeah, wish me well wishes. I love you all. Bye.